Are we live?
Let's try it again. I don't think so.
What says go live?
Let's try it again. Now it won't let me go live.
I wonder if we're already live. Can y'all see us?
Yes, I see Facebook's on there, so that's weird. Can y'all see us right now? Because it says we're not live on our end.
And now it has stopped.
Now it has completely stopped.
Check your connection. See that at the bottom? Nobody's here.
Jeez, Manelli.
You were live.
Yeah, that was the craziest thing.
Can y'all see us?
I don't see any comments.
Nothing's happening.
I'm going to check it on the YouTube side.
You want me to look at Facebook?
Yeah.
No
But I
comments.
can't see any comments, though.
That does not make sense. Y'all just be patient if you can see us, because
Yeah, all the comments are coming through, but they're not coming through on our side.
Be patient if you can. Oh my goodness.
We can't see your comments.
And we're live on Facebook too.
Okay.
This is weird.
Okay.
Is there anything we can do?
I'd have to close it down and start all over again. Oh, goodness. We never had that happen before. Can't post. I don't know. Anyways, I guess we'll just continue on. We can't see your comments today, guys. For some reason, it glitched this morning. So
the only thing we could do is back out and come back on, and then y'all might not find us again.
Yeah, it would be a pain. That's weird not seeing the comments, so it's just frozen.
It's just
completely frozen. Completely
Gosh.
frozen.
It makes me angry because we could have a spammer on here, and
yeah, I can't see any of it.
Maybe our moderators will take care of it. And we don't know who's on.
We have no idea who's on.
Y'all are probably saying, just get with it.
I figured it may
reset
or something, but it's not.
I guess we could read the comments on our phone.
No, we'd have to be looking down the entire time.
All right, so let's start this. It is, I don't know what day it is. July the 27th at 8:30 Central Time. We can't see your comments. We don't know what happened.
The comments are not loading, so we can't see anything.
But I must tell y'all, my hair's wet, and it's not because I just got out of the shower. It's because I've been taking care of animals.
Yeah.
So got an early start this morning that didn't end so early. Ended up taking a little bit more time than what I anticipated. I thought I could just jump outside and get back in. But,
oh, man.
Didn't happen that way. Jason's going to be obsessed with trying to make
No, I'm just going to get them out of the way.
Oh, yeah, that's better.
Frozen comments are distracting.
Well, I got to thinking the other day that when we put something up on the screen like that,
yeah,
that nobody can see it. Because the camera's up here.
I can see what? I don't know what you mean.
Like if we hold something up on our phone to show it to the audience, we act like the audience is in the screen.
No, but I can see my phone right there.
But I always put it a little too close.
See, whatever we see is what they see.
Okay. Well, I got to worrying about it. I was like, every time we hold something up, these people are like, what are they showing us? Because we can't see it. But I just see the cameras actually up there.
Speaking of holding something up, you just perfect.
Okay.
So,
perfect timing?
Yeah. I first thing this morning, well, not first thing this morning, but I was trying to figure out how I could tie the blue check mark to Facebook and Instagram.
Okay.
Because of the spammers we've had. And see, it only showing that many people in here. There it goes, it jumped. And anyways, I got on Facebook this morning and then trying to figure that out. So naturally, I checked Facebook Marketplace. And not only did not one of the dream vehicles I wanted or want. 2 of them showed up back to back.
But
how is that even possible?
let's just talk about this first, okay? So first of all, we don't have any parking spots.
No, I don't have any parking spot. Trust me, we can, when I show you the first one and how much they want for it.
Won't have to worry about a parking spot.
Well, both of them.
Okay. Okay.
Both of them.
Go
Don't have to worry
ahead.
about a parking spot. But if y'all follow us, y'all know that I love Smokey and the Bandit, and I would love to have a Smokey and the Bandit Trans Am. And I got a good one.
Okay.
It's beautiful.
Okay.
I mean,
you gotta let me see it first. Okay.
But look how pretty it is. Isn't it immaculate?
I'm trying to see the price. I can't. It went by too fast.
Yeah, I didn't want you to see the price.
Oh.
So look at this one. Isn't it? I mean, this has got to be the cleanest.
And it's obviously near us if it came up in your marketplace.
Yeah, it's local. Within 100 miles. Got to be the cleanest Smokey and the Bandit Trans Am I have ever seen.
I need to see the price, please.
Look at this. Okay. So
you went right past it.
here's the price. You want $40,000 for it.
Oh my gracious.
It's probably worth it. I mean, I'm sure.
It probably is worth it.
I'm sure it's value that.
Just remember, we don't have a parking spot.
And look what came right after it.
Oh,
this one I didn't have the price.
It didn't have the price?
I screenshot it. It's the Fall Guy truck.
How about that?
I mean, back to back this morning. I think this one's like 25,000.
Well, guess what? When I look at Marketplace, it never shows me cars.
And it's not in that great of a shape. I mean, it is, but it's not like the Trans Am. It's not like the Trans Am.
Oh my goodness!
I think we got comments. Yes,
it's work. It's work.
The comments are back up, y'all.
It's works.
I saw it red light. I mean, I really
Okay.
think so. Oh goodness,
We're back.
But back to back, I saw the Trans Am and the Fall Guy truck. Can you believe that?
But you know what? I bet every time you pull up Marketplace, I bet the first thing it shows you is cars because that's what you look for.
It is. It's old antique cars.
Well,
old antique cars, and found me and Carl a record player too.
It shows me toilets and stuff like that. I mean, stuff that I don't want to buy.
Let's see if I can find. Oh, let's see here. This is the record player that me and Mary Carl.
Oh, you sent it to me?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't see it. Sorry.
Right here. Is it? Oh, I'm in.
Oh my goodness, y'all.
It's not that much money.
Where is it?
It's in. They can meet you in Chelsea, but I think it's in Columbiana.
Columbiana, that's not far.
And it's check this out, y'all.
I got a friend that just so happens to go to Columbiana every now and then.
Really?
Catherine.
Oh.
But I don't want to set her up to having to meet somebody for a record player.
Isn't that beautiful?
It looks like a mushroom.
It is absolutely beautiful. No electricity. It's got the hand crank.
Oh, Jason.
Gorgeous, isn't it? Look at that. Absolutely gorgeous.
Where are you going to put it?
I don't know. Me and Mary Carl have to share it.
Is it heavy?
No, it wouldn't be that heavy.
Oh, you don't mean share it by she puts it in her room for a little while and you put it in your room for a little while.
No, not that. Oh, goodness. Somebody says there shows her power wheelchairs at the moment.
It's funny because it changes.
Oh,
like,
goodness.
I mean, I'll go from seeing, toilets for weeks and then all of a sudden it changes and it will show me sinks. So yeah, I don't know.
That is an old Victrola. Yeah, that's what I searched and that's what came up. I look at these all the time too.
Well, that's what it's going to show.
But I haven't seen the hand crank style, this old of a model. And
well, it looks like it's in really good shape.
It says it's in good shape.
It almost looks like a scam. It's in such good shape.
It says even meet you in Chelsea, so that lets me know that it's not a scam.
Oh yeah, if they deliver, back away.
That's right.
There are so many scams. Every animal, literally every animal that pops up on my Facebook feed. I'm not looking for animals, but it comes through because I'm a member of some of these groups.
Yeah.
they're scams.
Yeah.
They're all scams.
They are.
And people are constantly commenting, how much, and everything is, DM me. Well, it's all a scam, especially when they say they'll deliver it. When they say they'll deliver it, X that off, because that's a big no. Big no. And then you click on that person's profile, and they joined yesterday. When they joined that group yesterday, you don't want none.
Yeah.
You don't want none.
Speaking of scams, we had a big one yesterday. I try to do everything in my power to filter these things out. I have no idea how big my blocked word list is, because I pick up the wordage that these scammers use a lot, and then I'll put those words in my blocked word list. This one used hashtags, and that's how I got past my filters. And gosh, y'all, I'm so sorry. Nothing makes me more angry than these scammers, because it just upsets me. It really does. It frustrates me to no end. I guess y'all saw yesterday I made 3 posts about it, pretty much back to back. But
the comments are froze, by the way.
We have the blue check mark on Facebook, and we have also verification check mark on YouTube. So always look for that. Now, we don't have it on Brooks' side of things. And I have no idea how hard it is to get that blue check mark. I have no idea.
I'm probably not going to have the blue check mark ever.
Holy. But I just try my best to keep them off our pages. And we will never ask you. I think we'll start throwing red flags up on this one. I think I got like 10 or 15 messages that, why are we asking for their credit card? We're not going to ask you for nothing.
The freeze dryer is completely free.
Yeah.
There are no shipping charges involved. I had some people reach out to us and wanted to know, do they have to pay shipping? No, you don't pay anything. So you don't need your credit card for us. And we don't want your money. We just want you to watch us, and it's all free.
Yeah. We're not going to ask you for anything. So if it seems sketchy, y'all, please send me the information. I got it taken down. Well, I say that. I got a trick I do. Reporting them usually takes forever. And a lot of times they won't do anything if you report them. So I got a trick I do, and that is they steal my logo, and I just file a copyright claim on my logo. And usually within 24 hours, they will remove the logo. And so you can't pretend to be me if you don't have my logo and my banner and all that. So, but it's still 24 hours.
Yeah. And here's what's happening is, after that 24 hours is up, it gets taken down. Well, no problem, because we just create another profile.
Yeah.
And we just, they just start all over again. So it's just like that for them, whereas it takes Jason 24 hours to get it removed.
Yeah.
So there could be a new one already. We don't know.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Hopefully not, but they need to literally get a job.
Yeah.
They need to quit worrying about how to steal, how to scam. It's not y'all, so I don't know why I'm talking about it, but I mean, seriously, there's jobs around every corner. Just go get a job and quit. They're not successful most of the time, I would imagine. So it takes a long time before they ever earn $1.
Yeah.
Just go get a job. You won't have to waste all that time.
It's crazy. So anyways, y'all be careful. Watch some scammers. They're everywhere. And it seems more so on Facebook than anywhere else. So
it does. It seems like they tend to slip in a little quicker on Facebook. So go ahead.
I was going to say a ton of people about Snow White. You don't know that I have kind of pre-named her that.
Well, I read comments, Jason. I read comments, and I don't necessarily watch the video, but I read the comments. And I do know that some people were saying, if Brooke doesn't like Snow White, then maybe you can name her such and such. So that gave me the idea that Snow White's in limbo.
Well, it just slipped out of it just slipped out. I mean, every time I see her, that's what I think of. And I know that you got a donkey across the street.
No, she's not there anymore.
Well, you hadn't seen her in a good
It's a
bit.
him, too.
Him.
Mr. Snow White.
That you call Snow White. But anyways, I said that I haven't gotten approved yet.
Well,
Most time I don't have to get things approved.
no,
but
you don't.
just because we already had or a animal that's nearby that we all call Snow White. There's a reason why I said maybe Snow White won't fly.
I tell you, I think Snow White's gone. Not our peahen.
Snow White the donkey.
Snow White the donkey, I think, is gone.
But
so-
he does. I mean, he's got hundreds of acres over there. So.
He does. Maybe Snow White's just hiding. Mr.
Could
Snow
be.
White, that is.
Yep.
So Mrs. Snow White is doing well.
Yeah.
Can I show the video
Yeah.
of yesterday morning?
Sure.
So
she is doing well. I want to say this. There was a lot of people reached out to us and said that they thought it may be Nick and Zoe's Snow White Peacock or peahen that they had that flew away. And I talked to Nick. Me and Nick, we texted. And the location of this one was
an hour from here.
Oh yeah, it was. You're talking 60 miles, interstate, 3 counties. So yeah, I would find it extremely, extremely hard to believe, especially since she doesn't fly and she definitely can't see very well.
No, and I think that Nick and Zoe would have, kind of told us that.
Yeah.
Well, it very well could be her because ours didn't have very good vision, and that's not the case with theirs.
Right.
So, yesterday morning, I went to feed before I took Mary Carl over to Montgomery to her camp. And I started walking down the road that goes to the barn, and our male peacock that hatched here last year, it feels like forever ago, was over near the entry to the barn. And I was like, what is he doing? And it really didn't cross my mind that he was over there because she's in the barn. But as I got near, it did cross my mind. I was like, well, maybe he was trying to see her. But how did he know she was in here? So I'm feeding away. I peeked at her initially and she was fine. So I'm feeding away, and all of a sudden, y'all, loud noise echoes through the barn. And I was like, oh, what is that? So I immediately knew. Just watch. I'm getting close. Y'all hear that? I know you do. Hear Scott in the background? Hear him? She definitely knows that there are peacocks here.
Yes.
And we had not heard that in the previous, couple of days that she had been here. And lo and behold, while I was in there, it happened. And it didn't happen this morning.
Right.
She didn't holler this morning. So she knows there are peacocks here. However, she has not left that stall.
Yes.
If she could fly, she'd have gotten out.
Yes.
I mean, we've got the doors closed, but I mean, she'd have got out in the barn. And that tells me, obviously, for whatever reason, her eyes are so bad that she feels safe in one spot, which may be the case.
Maybe the case.
Or she can't.
Yep.
She physically isn't able.
Now she walks around.
Walks around.
And, she's eating, she's drinking. And we do have an appointment set up with avian vet.
Yes.
Veterinarian. Yep.
Next week. So won't have an update on that until Wednesday.
Yep.
But we do have an appointment, and hopefully we'll get good news. I mean, we definitely need a fecal done on her she's probably got parasites and she probably needs to be treated. But other than that, we need to find out, if there's anything that can be done with her vision. And we may not find out at this appointment. We may just find out how healthy she is, but we don't know. We don't know until we try.
Right.
So we're going to do everything we can to make sure. I mean, in my want list, I want her eyes to be fixed.
Yes.
But, your want list and your do list is not necessarily going to happen.
Right, right.
So we don't know if there's anything that can be done. If it's a cataract, I don't know if they can remove it. I mean, they do on dogs, but they also probably have to sedate them. And sedating a peacock is a little bit different than sedating a dog.
Right.
So we'll find out more.
Yep.
We will definitely find out more.
Yep.
But she's yesterday I wanted to see if I could feed her out of my hand. Well, obviously she's got access to laying pellets. She's not going to eat that out of my hand because they're in a feeder right there. So I thought, what can I give her? So I went down to see if I could find any straggling blueberries, which I could not. They're done. So the next best thing was in my refrigerator, and that was a strawberry.
Mm-hmm.
So I cut a strawberry up into tiny pieces, and I also pulled a few pieces of lettuce that we had and took it down there to her. And I tried to feed it to her, and she couldn't see my hand, and I wasn't going to forcefully make her,
Right.
So I said, okay. I said, well, I'm going to put this down here for you and see if you eat it. So it was on a white paper towel. I set it down, and I left it there. And within 30 minutes, she ate it.
She liked the strawberries.
She liked the strawberries. I never dreamed she would even eat them.
Yep.
And she ate the lettuce too.
Yep.
So while she has access, she it's not gonna hurt her. It's just something that I wanted to try to see if she could see it.
Right.
She could see her laying pellets because she may have just happened to punt them, but she sees her water and
yeah. I to me, she does have some vision in the right eye, but the left eye, she don't have anything in. Nothing.
And she is not albino. She is Latino.
Don't ask me now.
I can't remember, but she's not albino. But that still doesn't mean that she doesn't have some hereditary,
right.
Eye problems and
right.
something that could have been passed down from a genetic point. But you would expect that to happen in an albino animal. Their vision is a lot of times compromised, and their eyes are often red.
Mm-hmm.
But she is not an albino. She is obviously.
There you go.
What is it?
Somebody.
Lacouche. That. Yeah, that's what Meg Crawl called her.
Yeah.
L-E. I can't see it to spell it.
Leucistic.
No.
I'm a wordsmith. It's leucistic. Trust me.
Okay. That's not it, people. Because I heard Mary Carl pronounce it, and that's not what she said.
Oh, man.
But it could happen in that too. So we'll find out more. We'll find out more. Hopefully. And if not, we just want to take one step at a time. If she's got parasites, treat those and just do what we can a little bit at a time.
Yep.
But she's safe here. She's not going to get in the road because she's obviously in the barn, and we'll just, figure out what we're going to do. Kind of was all of a sudden happening though.
Oh, it was definitely not planned at all.
So I was in Lowe's actually. Can I tell this part?
Yeah.
And I got a FaceTime call.
Yeah.
From Mr. Greg that did all the work here. His daughter. She FaceTimed me, and I don't know how to work FaceTime. I looked at it and I was like, I don't know what to do.
Oh, goodness.
And so I just didn't do anything. And the next thing I know is Brittany sends me a message, and she tells me that she has a relative that has this peahen, well, she said peacock, in her yard, and was wondering if I could help it. And I was like, well, where is it? And she said, well, I think it's in Montgomery, but I'm going to give you her information, and you can call her and find out more. So when I called her, y'all, lo and behold, here I was in Montgomery waiting to pick Mary Crawl up. I was killing time. So I was at Lowe's waiting to go just a mile away to pick Mary Crawl up. And the girl tells me she's in Montgomery. And I was like, oh my gracious. I said, okay. Well, it was pouring down rain. And she said, you can come by and pick her up. And I said, I don't have a cage or anything. And she said, well, we have a tote. And I'm thinking one of those big IBC totes is what they call them. Like some people turn them into goat housing. Or whatever. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. And I'm thinking, and so then I tell her, I said, I'm in a small SUV because I was in the Subaru. And she's like, okay, it'll fit. So it never occurred to me she meant like a tote,
Right.
like to pack stuff away in. And then I said, well, do you have her contained? And she said, no. She said, but we can get her. My mind's thinking, I don't feel real good. And I can't see me chasing this peacock all around the city of Montgomery.
Right.
But it was raining. So when she told me she could get her, I was like, okay. So message me when you get here, gives me the address. Message me when you get here, and I'll bring her around front. It's getting even stranger because there's no way I could have one of my peacocks loose and tell somebody to message me when you get here and I'll bring her out and her not be contained. So I did. I messaged her when I got there, still pouring down rain, and here they come from around the back of the house, holding her, by her wings, and she's not flapping, she's not trying to get away, nothing. And they have the tote in their hand, and I was like, okay, but the tote doesn't have a lid on it. So they said, well, I think that she'll just stay, they drilled holes in it. I think she'll just stay under this tote. I'm thinking to myself, that bird is going to get loose in this car. That bird's going to get loose. So I didn't even get a good look at her.
Yes.
They put her under the tote, put the tote on top of her, and I drove. And y'all, literally, there was a couple of times we could hear her moving, but nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a dark gray tote. So that was a good thing because birds work off of vision.
Right.
And if they can't see, then they calm down.
Mm-hmm.
So she was calmed down. But little did we know that she had the vision problem until we actually got her out from underneath the tote and started looking. I mean, you could immediately see something was wrong with that eye. And I told Jason, I said, I think she's blind. And we were literally like doing this in front of her face, and she didn't move.
I think she can see light, but I think I don't know how blurry it is.
Well, I think she can see light too, and that is because yesterday morning all the doors were shut in the barn, and she was at the crack.
Yeah.
Because I think she could see the light coming through.
I think she can see light too.
So lo and behold, I couldn't figure out how in the world they caught her. That was
and how she got there too.
How she got there,
Yep.
We don't know. She had went around and she asked all the neighbors. Nobody had a peacock. Nobody. So it makes me wonder, did somebody drop her off?
I don't know. I even went to all of the local lost and found pet sites
In Montgomery
and the county ones too. And I saw nothing. I even went to the zoo because Montgomery has a zoo. Nothing posted there. And I even went through the pictures at the Montgomery Zoo and I never saw a white PN.
I don't know. It's a mystery. It may have just been too much for somebody to handle. And lo and behold,
I don't know. It's crazy.
Sad.
Yep.
Sad that people dump animals, but it happens. I'm not saying she was dumped, but it could happen.
Oh, it could happen. Definitely could happen.
I don't know.
Who knows? No idea. So I kind of feel like if someone was really missing her, they may have posted some stuff somewhere.
She couldn't have got far. She could not have gotten far. Not on her own.
Because I don't know. It's weird.
But anyway, so yesterday was the last day of Mary Carl's week of what do you call it? Camp.
And it was at the Alabama Shakespeare Festival.
What were you gonna say?
Didn't want to come out right.
Oh goodness.
And she absolutely enjoyed it.
She did.
So much fun.
Yesterday, parents got to come, and there were only 7 or 8 in her little group. She did what's called the tech camp, and what that was like behind the scenes, behind the curtain, what goes on with the lighting and the building the props and
the stage design, set design, costumes. All of that. That's what she was involved in, and she had a blast.
She did. She really, really enjoyed it. And I tell y'all, us being able to go behind that stage and see what actually, what went on back behind there was amazing.
Yeah.
It was amazing. It was it was fun for us to be able to see
It
it.
was fun for us. And, I knew that a lot went into everything. I mean, I just knew it just from just doing YouTube videos. I mean, it's so much involved that, people don't see. And it was even way more than I thought.
Yes, I said to myself, the tickets to the plays are obviously more expensive than a trip to the movie.
Right.
But I've always felt like the tickets were fairly priced. But after you see what all goes into it, you realize that they have to charge what they do for admission because there's so much.
It is unreal.
So much goes into it.
Yeah.
So there were 2 camps going on at the same time. And the second camp was for acting.
Mm-hmm.
And there were 24 in that group. So it was a 2-week camp. It went on last week and then again this week. And so they got to kind of mingle together, although they didn't do the same things. Obviously, the actors were working on a performance that we also got to see yesterday. And let me tell y'all something. It was phenomenal.
It was great.
It was great.
I was blown away because they reproduced some musicals and like Chicago and Oklahoma and even some like Shrek and gosh, I forget. There was I think they ended up, was it 6? Maybe even more than that.
I think it was 10, Jason.
Was it 10 different ones?
I want to say it was 10.
It was an hour long. And how they remembered the lines and the dancing
and
the singing in that short period of time.
10 days, not 14 days, 10 days.
Blew my mind.
It
how they did it. I know how they did it. They worked their tails off. There's no other way around it. There's no way, because they had to remember all of that stuff. And you're going from one extreme to another too when you're talking about the types of, I mean, you're doing Chicago, which is a jazz musical from the 20s or 30s, to Shrek. I mean, it was unreal. I was thoroughly impressed with it.
I was too. I actually enjoyed the performance, even though it was by 8th through 12th graders. They did very, very good.
Yeah, it was great.
Minimal mistakes.
Minimal mistakes.
So all the tech kids, is what they called them, got to sit in the audience along with all the parents of the actors and the grandparents and the friends, whoever else wanted to come and see the show.
Yeah.
So we did that yesterday afternoon, and I do believe she's going to sign up again next year.
Yeah, she liked it. And the tech kids built the stage sign because it was called Broadway South.
Mm-hmm.
And they built that for the performers. It was unreal.
The first day when she came home, I was like, well, what did you do? And she said, I screwed wood together and I cut wood and I built boxes. And I was like, what? And I said, you actually did the drilling? And she was like, yeah. And I used a saw too.
Yep.
So yesterday you could see that they had, all kind of safety stuff. They had ear protection and eye protection, and they got to use a saw and learn how to use a drill and screwed it all together. And then
I don't know what word I'm looking for. How they come up with stuff, and when you're out there in the audience, it looks real. Because you notice the big chandelier.
Oh yeah,
and it was made from bowls
from the Dollar General.
But it looked like this grand chandelier.
Yes.
And then of course they made lanterns, and they used
balloons.
Where they used paper and glue, which is basically paper mache, and made these cool lanterns, and it just unreal. But she was pumped. I was so fired
They
up.
got to make these little miniature costume replicas, and they could do whatever they wanted to. So, you made a costume that replicated something that would be in a performance. And they're little miniatures, and they got to take those home.
Yeah.
They had to sew them. They had to cut out the fabric. It was cool.
It was cool. And, after listening, the teacher was unreal too. Loved him to death. he said, and I'm glad he made that change. He said in the past years they've done, he called it, I forget, backstage Olympics or tech Olympics or something. They taught them how to tie knots because you know you wouldn't think of tying knots would be, but there's so many ropes and stuff going on in the back and hanging up so much stuff. So there were several different knots and stuff that they tied, and he said they used to have a contest.
A tech Olympics is what they called it.
Yeah, and they would go up in teams. And he said, they realized that it's not about speed; it's about doing it right. And so this year, they scratched that and was more about, and I'm glad they did that.
Yeah,
I'm glad they did that.
Like he said, speed is not it. It's more about doing things and perfecting them and doing them, right versus being just as fast as you can.
See how fast you can do it. Yep.
Because anybody can do something fast, but that doesn't mean it's done well.
Right.
So, yes, very, very, very good program to have. There was one child there. She was from Dothan, and that was a couple hours away. So she and her mother stayed in Montgomery the week. Yep. So that way, it would be convenient, and they wouldn't have to drive a long time every day. That would be 8 hours worth of driving if she drove there, back. So, yes, very, very nice thing to have in the state of Alabama.
And each year would be different too.
Oh yeah, each year would be different.
Yep. So it wouldn't, like if Mary Carl did it again next year, it would be the same thing.
Yeah, there was a child that did it last year. She came back, and I think most of those kids that did it this year, providing they weren't a senior, they'll be back again next year.
Probably so.
And they even have a camp for adults.
Do they?
They said that the oldest camper this year was 81 years old.
Oh my gracious, how awesome is that?
He participated in the adult acting, and the youngest camper, because they had it, in groups. Obviously, they wouldn't want the kindergartners to be with the 10th graders. The youngest one was 5.
Wow.
So from 5 to 81.
81.
Isn't that awesome?
That is awesome.
I mean, somebody that has probably always wanted to be an actor was able to get a taste of that.
That is awesome.
So, just very much appreciative.
The Miss Lewis and her babies.
Yes.
They're doing great.
They are. I get a view of them every now and then. Yep. However, they stay in the wood line. They stay in Jason's garden, which is okay.
That's right.
Maybe they're eating kudzu beetles.
Maybe.
But they're all 4 alive, y'all. They're all 4 alive. And she's an excellent mama.
She's an excellent mama. They're doing great. And I think she keeps them over there because there's a lot of hiding places over there.
For sure.
And which is better to me. I like them better over there than in the woods.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So they do stay over there a good little bit. But they're doing great. I had caught a video of them, and I video so much.
You don't know where it went.
That I hope I still got it because I was going to put it in the
Monday's video.
Yeah, I was going to try to put it in Monday's video. But talking about kudzu bugs, I do have a plan, and I'm working on the plan for them. It's in process. And there was a lot of people that got the kudzu bug confused with the Japanese beetle. And they are 2 totally different pests, 2 totally different animals. Japanese beetle is about the size of a bumblebee. The kudzu bug is about the size of a tick.
Of a
or pencil eraser. That's a lot of people say pencil erasers. But y'all, I got a lot of people that sent me messages from Alabama that are dealing with them too. And it's kind of the same thing. Never seen them before whatsoever. And this year, they're everywhere. And another thing that I can't remember if I mentioned in the video or not, but they have the same defense mechanism as a stink bug.
I was about to say that.
They release a toxin that doesn't hurt us, but it causes that smell, that exact same smell as a stink bug. So birds do not like them. And chickens don't like them.
I was fixing to say, a lot of you guys said for us to catch them in a beetle trap and feed them to our chickens. I have a feeling the eggs would come out tasting very nasty.
Oh, gosh.
Can you imagine?
I can't imagine.
It's not the same thing as your normal Japanese beetle.
These things are crazy. And they're so new to the United States that they're still trying to figure them out.
Y'all, I got out of the car after taking Mary Carl to her camp, got back in the car, and look at what was on my arm.
Well, I want to show them this too, because this is from.
That's one of those beetles. Beetles. Well, it is a beetle, isn't it? Or a bug.
Some people call them beetles, some people call them bugs. But y'all, this was in Prattville, Alabama, which is about 40 minutes, and this was in the city of Prattville, which is a fairly nice sized city for our area. And this is Tracy from Just Dig It Farm sent me this text.
Look at this. We're in Prattville in town. And these stupid kudzu beetles are flying everywhere. They're like swarming all around us. They're everywhere swarming.
That was in the city of Prattville. And crazy, y'all. Crazy, crazy, crazy. But I am on it. And I hopefully should have my plan finished, hopefully by the weekend, end of the weekend. Several little steps there.
I anticipate they will be back again next year. And they're only tending to wreak havoc on people's beans.
The beans. But you say that. I saw a post on the Row by Row garden page, and they were on their figs. And I had a message from somebody that sent me an email and said that they were on their pink eye purple hull peas. Really? So I think it just depends on what you may have planted in your garden. So
if they don't find anything that
they like something better than the other.
Yeah.
So they love the lima beans, because I had an email from somebody from Alabama said that they have totally destroyed their lima beans as well. So I'm thinking that I got the lima beans, and that's what they're attracted to. Now, I had one person reach out to me that had a relative that lives in Japan, and they're from Asia, and they deal with them over there. And they told me to plant a border crop of buckwheat that they would be attracted to the buckwheat. And I thought, I got that whole area planted in buckwheat where I got my peas planted, my beans. And so that could have been a thing. So who knows? They're here and they're obviously spreading pretty quick.
Yeah, because we didn't have them last year.
Yeah, they're soybeans they love, and they wreak havoc on soybean farms. And Michael Key sent me a message that said he's got kudzu across his street, and he's got them all over his house.
Really?
Yeah.
I wonder how commercial farmers are dealing with it.
Crop dusting.
Well, I mean,
I saw one guy that said that you don't kill the adults, you want to kill the babies. And so he waits. It was a commercial farmer, big outfit, and in Tennessee. So they're in Tennessee. And he said what they do is they just wait, and I guess they got a certain time when they see the adults, they know how long to wait, and I guess they come in and crop dust them.
Plus, we've had so much rain too. By the time,
yeah, that was the other thing, that if you spray, then it rains and it washes it all off. But, anyways, I got a plan. I have already started phase 2 of that plan, and I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get them taken care of. I may not plant lima beans for a couple of years and see if I can break the cycle.
Oh, and we were so excited to have those lima beans, but you know what? It is what it is. Can't do anything about it. So no need to hang our heads. It's not like we brought them here. We just need somebody to take care of them.
Yeah, it's crazy. If people don't know what they look like, I'm going to show them real quick.
It's like a tick that's full of...
That's them right there. But they're really small. That's magnified. But
yeah, they look like they have a hard shell.
They do have a hard shell
on you.
Yep. So hope to have that taken care of pretty soon.
Well, so my last video was a health update, and I debated on whether I should do that or not, as I always do. I mean, it's always, you got some people that says you don't need to talk about your health, and then you got some people that want to know, how are you doing? So it's kind of a...
Well, I always tell you to do it, because if I do 4 videos in a row and you're not in it because you don't feel good, people are going to go, where's Brooke? Where's Brooke? What's going on with Brooke? So, I mean, I say, let them know what's going on.
Yeah. And I feel like you guys help us so much.
Yeah.
I mean, there have been so many emails, messages, birds outside that have gave me different things that they have gone through and different ways that help them. And that's a good thing. That's a good thing, because what happens to you guys a lot of times is the same thing that what's going on with us.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have somebody that can relate to you, I don't have anybody here that has the same issues as me, but there's a lot of you that unfortunately have some of those issues. And while I don't want to, dwell on health all the time, I'm not going to do everything about that. I felt I owed it to you.
Right.
And I mean, it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
When we got back from Maine, our peas needed to be picked. And so I got out there and helped Jason pick the peas. And then Rachel came and did bees. So I told Jason I would continue to pick peas. And I did. I continued to pick peas until I picked 2 bushels of peas. I was fine that day. I was absolutely fine. Picked 2 bushels of peas. And the next day I was down. And I knew, I told Jason, I said, I guess picking those peas just did me in, because I probably wasn't out there, 2 hours, but it was hot that day. And I paid for it. And so that day the day after I picked the peas, I paid for it. And then the day after I was still paying for it, and I'm still paying for it today. And that was almost 2 weeks ago.
And you don't think it was just the pea picking, you think it's a combination of...
Well, that's just when it started.
Yeah.
That's when I noticed the difference.
Yeah.
That's when I noticed the change. And so I took my medication like I always did, and I expected it to be better, because it has been since April. After I take my medication, I immediately feel better. And I didn't bounce back like I had in the past. And there were a lot of you guys that said that the Humira worked for you for a short period of time, and then it stopped working. And see, that's the kind of thing that you can't go out there and read. I'm a member of the Humira groups on Facebook, but I've never read that anybody had success for several months and then it stopped working. I haven't read that.
And then you had Tracy reach out to you.
Tracy, she's such a good friend.
And she has autoimmune. Tracy
at Just Dig It Farms, y'all know she's had some health struggles as well. And way before mine started, I was so worried about her because we didn't know what was wrong with her.
Right.
I mean, nobody did.
Yep.
And ultimately, she found out she had an autoimmune disease, and she told me that the same thing happens to her after she goes on a big trip, or even after she spends a fun weekend with family that's fun, that the next week she may be down because it just took a toll on her. It just brought her down, and she's learned to limit herself and to do things to not be so hard on herself,
right?
Because it happens. I mean, and needless to say, I mean, I haven't done that much this week. I haven't been able to, but my family understands, and I just hope to be back to where I felt like I was healed.
Yeah.
Do have a doctor's appointment in August, which I'm thankful for that. That's my 4-month checkup. So basically what they wanted to do was to see how the Humira was working at the 4-month part and see what changes need to be made. So we will discuss that, and who knows? I mean, I may start something completely new. And I know that medication is also not a good way to. Sounds like somebody's out there, doesn't it?
It's just in big trucks going by.
Okay. I'm not one to depend on medication to cure all. I'd like to do what I can outside of medicine before giving medicine a chance. But I feel like I did everything I could, y'all. While waiting on the rheumatologist, there were so many changes that I made and so many different things that I tried that I had to make a change.
Yeah.
I had to do something different. So that's where we are.
That's where we are. I just saw somebody earlier said that they've been on it for 5 years and it's still to this day is helping them.
Well, I
So-
mean, maybe I'm just in a flare up.
That's
Maybe,
what I think.
you know,
I think
maybe
it's
I'm
just a flare up.
because I'm better today than I was the day I made the video.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm not the way I was before.
Right.
From December to April, I was terrible. I spent lots of days in the bed, and I'm so thankful that I'm not in the bed. I'm able to get up. I'm able to go. But I will say that when I wake up first thing in the morning, I want to lay there. I want to lay there, and I want to say, I don't feel good today, and I'm just going to lay here. But I don't. I get up and I get moving, and the first thing I do is I walk to that barn. By the time I walk to that barn, yeah, it's hard. Sometimes I feel like I got 100-pound weights on each leg. By the time I get to that barn, I'm starting to feel better. You know, if I sat around and I didn't do anything, then I would not be better.
Right.
But I got to get up and I got to get moving, and I do that.
You do that now.
I do that. I'm not gonna see it.
You do that a lot.
I mean, there's a limit.
Yeah.
I don't push myself too hard, but if I didn't get up and get going in the morning, I'd never get going. So there we are. Here we are.
You're gonna be better though.
Well, I'm confident. Even if I stay the way I am, I'm better than I was.
That's right. You're gonna be better.
I'm thankful for that.
You're gonna be better. Quick update on the Volkswagen bug. Right before we left, Donnie Volkswagen came and he sent me a message and said,
before we left to go on
vacation, if you want me to, I can come get the motor and work on it at my place while y'all are gone. And when you get back, and then when I get it finished, I'll just come bring it and we'll put it in and get this thing rolling. And so he did do that. And so I've talked to him a couple of times. And so Donnie Volkswagen has the motor over there at his shop and is working on it. And I tell y'all, he's unreal. I mean, the young man is absolutely unbelievable. And he, for some reason, he thinks that he did something on the inside of the motor. Like, it was one of the bearings that he thinks that isn't quite right. And it made him nervous because he just been sleeping on it. So he said he was going to have to take the motor back apart and redo that one bearing. I think it's completely fine. I do. I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
Is the bearings what you sent off?
It's what we got replaced. We bought all new bearings for it.
Oh, that's not what you sent off.
I sent off the
heads.
I sent off the heads.
Okay.
And then I got a OEM factory distributor for it.
So he's going to take it back apart?
He was going to take it back apart.
Oh, my gracious, Donnie.
So, anyways, I'm going to reach back out to him today and see how he's going. But that's where the Volkswagen motor is. And our plans are, and he says that we should have it ready for the meet and greet in September.
All right.
That we should be able to drive it. That is our goal.
Well, yay. I haven't heard this, y'all.
To drive it for the meet and greet in September.
All right.
That is our goal.
I might need to follow it. With a rope.
Oh, no. Oh, man.
With a rope. Nothing against Donnie, but you don't know what's going to happen.
Well, it's old.
Yeah, it's old.
It's old. But I mean, we've pretty much gone through it, so.
Well, I'm confident he knows what he's doing, and it'll be the best that it can be when he gets finished.
Yeah, unreal. You know, he kind of reminds me of Mary Carl to some degree, is that, you know, Mary Carl found what she loves in, you know, just not just birds, but the whole everything, you know, habitat, what they eat, their body structure and body. I mean, Mary Carl's just
it's unlimited.
And he's the same thing when it comes to
mechanics.
And he's what he loves are Volkswagens. That's what he absolutely loves. But he also loves old vintage cars and trucks, tractors. When we get through with this, he's going to help me. We're going to take the carburetor off Granddaddy's tractor.
Oh, okay.
And then we're going to look at it because me and him both believe that there's something inside the carburetor, either the float sticking or the needle and seat sticking, and he's going to show me how to open it up and do it, because I've done it 2 or 3 times and I never got it right. So he's going to show me how to do it, and so I'm waiting on that on the tractor too.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
He definitely knows his stuff.
Yes, and loves doing it, y'all. Loves it. I mean, he just lights up.
I had a little bit of Mary Carl in me the other morning. I was on my way home from taking her over to Montgomery, and I saw something in the road, and I was like, what is that? So we have a nest of barn swallows. Isn't that what they are?
Yeah.
Barn swallows. And they've had 2 clutches this year. 5 babies in each clutch. So there's 10 babies, and then there's 2 parents. So we have 12 barn swallows that just stay right in our area. And there was something in the road, and immediately these fledglings have just learned to fly.
Oh, goodness.
So I thought, oh no, because we just know one of them's going to get hit because they just buzz right in the road. I said, oh no, one of them's been hit. And I got closer and I realized it wasn't. It wasn't one of the barn swallows. So I stopped the car, got out, and it was a turtle. It was a turtle. And I got him out of the road, and I pointed him the right direction, and I never saw him again.
Oh, goodness.
So she would have done the same thing, which, I mean,
Yeah.
I just was happy to help him get across the road. It was a turtle.
It was a turtle.
It was a
That's
turtle.
hilarious.
He needed a little help.
He needs a little help.
He needed a little help. Because if I had kept going, I would have ran slap over him. Got him out of the road. Got him moved. No barn swallows in the road yet.
Good.
However, last year we had a nest of shrikes. Shrikes are a weird bird. Very weird bird.
You don't want to mess with a shrike, even though they're not no bigger than a songbird.
They very much mimic the way a mockingbird looks.
Yeah.
Except they have like a black mask on, and
that's to hide their identity.
We were very fortunate last year to have a nest of them, and they were out near the road in the pear tree that's in Fifi and the baby's pasture.
Yeah.
So that's something you don't see very often. And y'all, one of the unique things about them is when they kill their insects, they put them on a tree branch or a
thorn.
A thorn.
They could do barbed wire the same way. They'll use barbed wire the same way. They'll impale them, and not just insects. I mean, it could be a reptile.
It could be a small mouse.
Anything they find.
Lizard, anything. Stick them on the thorns.
And save them for later.
Save them for later. So my point was that last year we saw that nest of shrikes, and they had like 3 babies, I think. And one of them got in the road.
Oh, no.
As soon as he learned to fly, he got hit, and Mary Carl was so saddened to see that. But it happens.
Yep.
It happens. Not to the barn swallows so far. But shrikes are weird. They are very different.
That's the only bird I know that does that too. And there's several species of shrikes. I don't know how, maybe just 2, but there's more than one.
How do you know that?
I Mary Carl, I'm sure. But a telltale sign is if you do have barbed wire,
you see an insect
and you see
stuck
them,
on
you see them stuck on them, then you know they're there.
They are very different. Very different. And I never had heard of them till Mary Carl came about. And she showed me. I actually have a picture somewhere of a dragonfly that's on a thorn that
on a pear tree.
The shrike put on it.
Yep.
So cool things.
It is very, very, very cool. Very cool.
Nature's amazing in all ways. In every way. Different.
Loggerhead shrike. Yep, I don't know if that's the one we got.
One we have.
That's the one we got.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say there's like an eastern and a western, but I may be wrong. I'm in kindergarten.
You're in kindergarten.
I'm in kindergarten.
Well, that's okay. I'm in the 2-year-old class.
But I did hit my 100. I found one. No, I hadn't either. I take that back, y'all. I'm at 93, I think.
Well, y'all gotta go birding today.
We gotta go birding. I'm at
100.
93.
Species.
Yeah, let me see. Let me check here. I think that's where I'm at. 92.
92 species.
92 birds on my eBird list.
Purple martins.
Mary Carl's at 200.
Yeah. Somebody wanted to know about the purple martins. We put up the purple martin house in the back, and we have had about,
I think I've seen 4.
I think it's probably about 6 birds,
Okay.
which may be 3 pair.
Yep.
They'll be leaving soon. They'll
Yep.
be
Yep.
going back
Yep.
to Brazil or across the pond where they stay for the winter. But
Mhm.
we have had a few purple martins, and I don't know if they actually reproduced or if they were young birds or what happened.
Not for sure.
Not for sure. But at the end of the season, we'll lower the pole down
Mhm.
and we will see what's in those nesting boxes. And I say
Hopefully
nesting
not
boxes.
wasp nest.
Well, hopefully not. I'll take care of it. So you'll be good to go.
Oh Lord! On
The
down.
day that Mary Carl left for the first day of camp,
Mhm.
the first day of camp. So she wanted to be there on time. You know, we wanted to make sure. Obviously, it's in Montgomery down the interstate. Don't exactly know how long it's going to take. She went to feed her birds. She came back in. She had her pants grabbed at fists like this.
Yeah.
And she said,
Something bit me.
something stung me.
Something bit me.
I don't know what it
Yep.
is. And I was like, what? She said, I don't know what it is. And I said, well, go, take your pants off. So she did. She took her pants off, and I looked, and it was up around her hip area. There were 2 big whelps with 2 different raised up spots. And I was like, what in the world? I'm thinking to myself, it's the first day and you're not going to be able to go.
Mhm.
So I go get her pants and I turn them inside out, and y'all, it was a bumblebee. A bumblebee got in her pants and
Which
stung
is
her.
odd.
Yeah, she
Odd.
was okay. I
Yep.
think she's only been stung one other time that I can remember by a bumblebee anyway.
Yeah.
Um,
Bumblebees usually don't sting at all.
she put her
Yep.
hand on one at the pool when she was little, and it stung her. But luckily she was able to go, and it was not a good start though.
That was not. I thought, oh my goodness, she's gonna miss the first day.
I thought so too, but my fear was it was a caterpillar or something.
Yeah, I thought spider.
It's something that leaves a nasty, something
Yeah,
behind.
I thought spider.
You thought snake. No snake. So next Saturday, if I am correct, we will not have a live, right?
Is that?
Jason doesn't even know what day it is, y'all.
I don't.
Isn't that when y'all go to the birding thing? Next Friday and spend the night, and then Saturday morning's the thing?
That would
So
be
we
correct.
will not, unless you want me to try to set this computer up and do it myself.
You can.
I don't think that would go over real well.
Yep, next Saturday.
So next Saturday we will not have a live, but this Tuesday we will have a live.
And we will announce the real, not the fake scammer one out there.
Is it Tuesday?
Yep.
Tuesday.
Yep, the Harbor Strike freeze dryer. We will announce it.
Okay, so if some of y'all may not have even known about this,
Yeah,
we're giving away a Harvest Strike freeze dryer.
yes.
We talked about the scam earlier. We will draw on the live this coming Tuesday at 4:00. One lucky winner will get a freeze dryer free of charge, shipped to you.
What are you looking at me for?
Because I want you to say something. So if you guys have not registered, please do so. You can do that at www.coghillfarm.com.
It's right there.
It's free.
1 entry per person. If you have accidentally entered more than one time, it's perfectly fine. We got it set up where it will only use your 1 entry. So don't worry about it there. And because of how much the thing weighs, it weighs roughly just basically 300 pounds. It can only be shipped in the lower 48 and of the United States, and because shipping would be outrageous. And so y'all go over there if you haven't done it.
Yeah, if you haven't done it, please register.
Yep.
And if you win and say you don't want it, give it to a friend. What a gift.
Yeah, that's right.
What a gift. Give it to a family member.
That's right.
But enter, because we want to give each and every one of you the chance to do that and make somebody very happy. Now, if you were to buy one in between now and Tuesday, or if you bought one this month, the month of July, we will credit you the amount that you spent on a medium freeze dryer.
Or you can have this one.
You can have
Whichever
have
one.
2.
Yep.
If you've already got one, you can have
Nick
another
and Zoe posted the link to the giveaway right there.
All right.
Yep. For whatever reason, because we had We had some people confused about it at first. For whatever reason, if you don't think your entry went through, don't go over there and do it. Like I said, it will eliminate your double entry.
That's right. So you're only going to enter one time. If you were to go back and you say, hey, I don't know if I did it right.
Yeah.
Want to make sure I'm in, do it again.
We want to make sure all you guys got in.
That's right.
Yep.
Because I love my freeze dryer. And if you don't have one, this is your chance.
This is your chance.
This is your chance.
Yep.
And they do have a layaway program. We don't talk about that very much, but they have a layaway program for anybody that doesn't want to fork out, that much at one time. You can make payments on it. And
it's interest free. It's a layaway.
It's interest free, y'all.
Yeah,
I mean,
layaway.
Nobody does that.
Layaway. Who does layaway?
Nobody does that. I mean, it's a perfect opportunity for some that may not have the funds to buy one outright.
Mm-hmm.
But if you do put one on layaway and you use our link, please reach out to us by email and let us know that you put one on layaway.
Yeah, because of their system, it's hard for them to keep up, but they will give us the little credit for the sale if you let us know and we let them know.
That's right.
Yeah.
But it's it doesn't work the same as buying one outright on our end as far as getting credit for it.
Yep.
So my coffee's empty. Is yours?
Mine is empty. And speaking of, y'all don't forget right now, our biggest buddy Ryan the Roaster has a blueberry pancake flavor over there. And that is on our website as well.
It's delicious.
And y'all got to keep Ryan busy, because I'm telling you, if he gets on, if he ain't got nothing to do, boy, he
starts making videos.
He starts doing. He lets Lester have it.
So we got to keep him busy.
Oh,
got to keep him busy. And y'all, well, you can get rid of that cup.
Sorry.
I hope that everybody has a wonderful weekend, enjoyable weekend, and do something you like, even if it's just for 5 minutes. Make yourself smile and be blessed and just be happy to be here.
Yep.
Right? Because we're happy to be here, and hope everybody has a great, wonderful weekend.
Y'all be good.